Hey, listen.
Yeah, J-MEEKS. See my phone ringing? Hello, yeah, how is you doing? Yeah, I know how, cause I done been through it. Yeah, I done been doing some shit that I never could see, and some other shit I'ma get to it. Yeah, and if I'ma do it, then I'ma get fluid. Yeah, I'm tryna be in another location so much that the languages I'ma get fluid. Yeah, man, if it's dangerous, how could you do it? Man, someone never know. Yeah, and someone never grow. Yeah, but never be the nigga talking shit and the gun'll never blow. Yo, salute to the subscribers. Back with another episode. It's Eyeball Network Podcast. Feel me? I got my guy with me, my guy Mace. What's good with you, my dude?
What's good with you, my boy? Long time no talk, man.
Yes, sir. You already know we gotta get into this b-ball talk, bro. It's been too long, man. I know people want to hear what we got to say about all this new stuff that's been happening. Um, my guy Thirst is on a little hiatus. He'll be back soon or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get it in until he come back. But yeah, man. In the meantime, bro, let's start off with this Ime Udoka stuff, bro. I know it's a lot to unpack about it, so you know we ain't gonna spend too much time on it. Still a lot of details that haven't come out yet, so it's kind of hard to speak on something with maybe less than half of the information that's really going on. But let's get into it, bro. Like Ime Udoka has been suspended for the entire year, and I'll tell you what we do know so far. What has been presented to us is that he had an consensual that relationship with someone in the Boston staff that was against the staff rules, basically against the policy of the company policy, and not supposed to have relationships with other people, the other staff members, or whatever. Long story short, apparently that's what happened, and he's been suspended because of that. And you know, the last few days he's been thrown under the bus, and then some, all because you know whatever this relationship he has had, he's been thrown under the bus in many ways, from black people, from the media, women in general, in particular. So, but you know, because he had a relationship with Nia Long, he's still in a relationship with Nia Long, as far as we concerned. But I just feel like we just gotta speak on this, bro, because it's just a lot that hasn't came out. But this man's name already done been dragged through the mud. So how you feel about this, bro? Like, where do we go from here? What do you think's about to happen? You know, the rumors is that he's about to get fired, and you know, basically, I think his career is pretty much fucked up at this point. So how you feel about it, bro? What's going on here, bro?
Hey, man, they should have just let him go, cut it, because in a sense, all they did was put him on suspension. If you think about it, they already said they've been investigating this for a minute. So it's not like they don't know anymore. Like they've got it. They just released it to us, but they've been had the investigation and it dropped. So suspending him for a year does, I'm not sure what. I mean, maybe they play in their cars thinking, let's see how the assistant, the interim coach stands. And if he gets him to the playoffs, we can cut him. But if he doesn't make the playoffs, we'll bring Ime back. So I think they're trying to play their hand with that, but either fire the man or just move forward with it. The year suspension, that's just politics, you know what I'm saying? Because according to what they say, it was an executive's wife. So that's politics right there. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Yeah.
all politics. He just picked the wrong one to lay down with, and we ain't going to excuse him for that. But at the same time, y'all done drug the man. Either fire him, or you know what I'm saying, or bring him back on, but don't hold him captive for a year and then be like, now we're gonna let you go because we've seen our interim coach can get it done well enough. Like that's dirty. That's just politics that don't need to be in place right there, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. You know, so based upon what we heard, you know, that he's been sleeping with an executive's wife, like you said, if that's true, then I mean, yeah, you're gonna get what you're gonna get based upon how the organization is gonna handle that. You know, they're gonna side with the guy who seems as if the victim. And what they're saying is that he supposedly made a pass at the girl after she no longer wanted to have that type of relationship with him. You know, basically they're saying her husband found out, and now he trying to go to management about that and all of that, and she now don't want him making no passes at her, and he's apparently said something maybe inappropriate or whatever, and she went and told somebody about it. But that's what I'm saying, it's hard for us to speak on it, so we'll just speak on it briefly, and then we'll get into it for real once the real details come out, because they also had that little press conference with Brad Stevens acting all emotional.
He was
And
shook.
Yeah, it was just weird, bro. It's like, yo, and like they telling information, but they're also not explaining no information about the other woman,
Facts.
the woman involved. So I just think that's weird that if she worked for Boston Celtics staff and they both had an inappropriate relationship, it's consensual. Obviously, there should be punishment on both sides. So I'm gonna need everybody to like, hold off on the judgment on this dude and dragging him through the mud, especially if they can't mention whoever he was sleeping with. And
Facts.
that woman who was cheating on her man, if that's true, she was cheating on her man, so she should be dragged through the mud for being unfaithful and doing dirt at the job or whatever. So I'm just
Shawty was,
we got to keep the same energy. Right, we gotta keep the same energy across the board, man, instead of just dragging this man name through the mud, man. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. I think his career is pretty much over, bro. Like they got rid of Mark Jackson for way less,
oh
and
yeah,
he done slept with somebody's wife. Like the next owner, not about to. I don't think they're gonna just take a chance on him if he's that type of, just like how when Derek Fisher was sleeping with Matt Barnes' wife, it was kind of like an unwritten rule, like that you don't do or whatever. So so we'll see how that works out, bro. Let's get into this Ben Simmons shit, bro. Like as you know, Ben Simmons sat down and did a long interview with JJ Redick and basically spoke on everything, man. So, and I was surprised by it. I don't know about how you felt when it popped up, but I was like, oh snap! Like this man actually came out and talked about everything. Like, great. Like, let's see what he had to say. So, and both of us was locked in as soon as we found out. Like, all right, we got to watch this, see what this man talking about, because we've been talking about him for a long time, and we drag his name through the mud, but and not because he didn't do anything wrong, bro. He literally didn't say anything, and all we heard was these crazy reports. And we know he was supposed to show up, and he didn't show up. And if you're not hurt, then that looks crazy. But
yep,
I will say, after watching the interview, it did add clarity, a lot of clarity that wasn't had before. I did understand a lot better, because if he really was injured, then a lot of our criticism does have to like go out of the window because the man is hurt. Like I'm not one of them guys that acts like these dudes ain't human and then I'm gonna go crazy on them every time they get hurt or something like that. Obviously with guys like Anthony Davis, we're gonna make a joke here and there because he's always hurt. You know what I'm saying? But and Kyrie gets hurt a lot, so I gotta eat whenever y'all talking about how Kyrie don't play. I gotta let y'all talk that mess, whatever. But at the end of the day, injuries happen. Injuries are serious, bro. So if Ben Simmons was really hurt, even I don't give a fuck how he got hurt. Like he said,
yeah.
Stephen A. and them was roasting him, talking about how you get hurt when you're playing basketball. One of my guys was roasting him too, saying like, "Man, this nigga's full of shit. He was getting hurt, and then how you hurt? And you ain't even doing shit." I mean, bro, niggas get hurt doing everything. B. We know this. Like,
You get,
yeah, you can get hurt walking up the stairs, walking down the stairs, bro. Like, you can get hurt playing soccer with your daughter or something. Nigga, I tore my damn AC joint in my shoulder playing tennis with my daughter. So the shit happens, my guy. So once he said that he was hurt and all that, I looked at it like, all right, let's see how he. I'll give him. I ain't gonna give him no pass for last year because I still felt like you did what you did in Philly. I understand because Philly shitted on him, So when they didn't have his back and all that, I agree with him with all that stuff. But as far as when you went to the Nets, like bro, you supposed to suit up for the Nets, and they needed you to come out there and do something, and then they got swept and embarrassed. And now Ben Simmons holds no accountability during that whole situation. So I feel like he needed to. He didn't speak on that enough for me. I feel like he should have spoke on more about why he didn't play for the Nets. But like you said, he had a little nerve and pinch in his back. I still feel like, bro, go give it your best shot, But we also come from the last era where we expecting dudes to play under as long as you ain't dying type shit. Like if you still play type shit. That's how we did. I remember my fingers used to be jammed the fuck up. All my fingers is crooked from
oh yeah.
basketball, but I used to be jammed the fuck up. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell the nurse. I didn't tell nobody, nigga, because I know they're gonna be like, nah, you're not playing this week.
You
So
want to hoop?
I would just tape them bitches up and learn how to shoot with my swollen, fucked up fingers or whatever. So yeah, that's how I feel like. I just feel like the Nets is still gonna be super formidable, and the way he sounds like he's in good spirits, bro. Like
Oh
them
yeah.
smiles and stuff, and that energy wasn't fake. And man finally got his his swagger back, seeming like off the court. So we'll see if that translates on the court. But I do think, bro, they're gonna be the best team in the Eastern Conference next year, bro. When they all healthy, if everybody plays, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh
How you
yeah.
feel, bro? I know it's a lot to get into, man. He said a lot.
Oh no, you good. Um, what's crazy is it surprised me because at first you'll agree with this. When it came on, it was just some giant love fest between
Yes.
JJ, and it was just
I
a love.
skipped some of it, bro, because it was too much.
because it was too much. Oh, you're great. No, you're great. And I was like, come on. All right. Like, I thought it
You
was
know,
going to
JJ
be
got to do that to start it off, so to warm it up before you get into the good shit.
right. So I'll break it down piece by piece. I felt this is real rap. Ben, he originally he came off kind of like crybaby-ish. I'm not gonna cap, because he was like, "You guys don't understand how great I am. You don't understand how my basketball IQ is above." And it was just like, "All right, but you ain't played in like 2 years." Like he's like going through all his like how great he is, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Yo, like." Come on, bro, like cut it out. And then he finally started getting into what I wanted to hear. Then when he did, I'm with you. I started hearing, I was like, all right, I give it to you. You know, we would maybe jump out the window a little bit because we don't know the injury situation.
Yeah.
However, it goes back to what you just said. If you don't say anything, it looks a certain way. And remember, Ben wasn't talking. His representation was talking, or like they heard from a reliable source in the Nets organization. He wasn't saying anything. So you can't turn around and be like, I feel some type of way, like y'all dissing me and I was injured, but you never said nothing. Like you
Yeah.
kept so you know how it goes most of the time, and no answer at all is an answer, and that's the problem. So he can say what he wants to about that. We can, hey man, we can't debate the man's injury. We don't know his body or whatever. But what we can do is we can look at you when you were in a 76ers gym with a phone in your pocket, half-assing it. We can look at you when you weren't showing up and you told them you were going to be there and you never showed up to the gym. See, we could
Mm-hmm.
look at stuff like that and be like, so that's not injury label. Because remember, when he left, what'd he say? I was injured and they knew. And Philly was like, no, the fuck we didn't. Like they said it clearly. We had no knowledge of Ben Simmons being injured. So that looked real sus. Once again, he could have been injured and we just didn't know it.
He might be
But
lying.
you might be lying, but you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. If that's really what it is, that's really what it is. But you didn't say that. You kept that to yourself and let people speculate. And it didn't help that you were also trying to get all your money for not paying.
Yeah.
And then you're injured, but then you're also saying, I want out of here. I don't want to play. See, it doesn't look like you're injured. It looks like you just don't want to be there.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's a series of events that probably all tied together that wasn't related. He probably was injured, but like you said, he got shit on, probably didn't want to be in Philly no more. So he was like, hey, I don't want to be here and I'm not going to play. But while I'm not playing, it's because I'm injured too. But he didn't separate the two. So everybody just looking at it like, well, he's not trying to play because he don't want to be here. So he got to eat that and he's got to bite that. And so, and then when he was like, you guys don't understand, you're like shooting. You want me to shoot? Do you want me to shoot? Well, maybe I'll go out there and shoot 5 a game. It's like, well, do it. And it's like, and the
Please
thing is,
do.
here's the thing, and you know this, everyone knows it. It was never about him not being able to shoot. Russell Westbrook can't shoot. Look at LeBron James' field goal percentage. He can't shoot. The fact is, you won't take the shot. That's the problem. You say you've seen it. You'll put the video up in training camp, yanking them and putting them down, and then you'll get in the game and you won't shoot. So you can't sit there and say I'm not shooting because I'm a smart basketball player. No, you're not shooting because you're afraid to shoot. Like, just be real about it. You're not going to say that, but don't try to lie to us and be like, oh, I'm not shooting because I'm making the correct basketball play. Well, no. If they take 5 steps backwards at the top of the key and tell you to shoot and you pass it, that's not the right basketball.
Not the correct play. Facts.
The ball. So he can feed that shit all he wants to, but it's cap. So I don't want to hear that shit. He can get out of here with that. It's a mental thing. And I think a lot of things that's happening with Ben is just mental. It's not physical. He's at first team all defense. They show the stats, how many open 3-pointers he makes for players, how many assists. He's got everything. So it's just mental. He's just not shooting because it's a mental block there. And he pulled that whole LeBron answer. I'm making the correct basketball.
I was just about to say that, bro. Go ahead.
You ready? And he goes, well, the correct basketball play wasn't you passing out of an open layup to somebody who was guarded by 2 people and turning away from the field. That's not the correct basketball play. So, you know what I'm saying? So don't cap, bro. It is not the correct basketball play. You were afraid because you can't shoot free throws. Because remember, Lonzo Ball had that problem. He could not shoot free throws his rookie year. So he avoided the free throw line like the plague. He would throw the ball to the right and where do? Go hang out in the corner on the left. Or and that's what Ben would do. Yep. So hey man, it's cool. Get your mental right. Like I said, you seem like you're in good spirits. I want to see you come back. You said it a few shows ago. I feel like he's in a perfect situation. You don't got to score. We don't need you to shoot threes. We're fine. KD can shoot from three. We
Third
straight.
option.
We got you're the third option, and it's not even a scoring option we need you for because our top two combined can put up 65 in a game. We're good. You know what I'm saying? We can do it. So he's in a perfect situation. I'm like, but just don't cap and be like, I can score. It's just I don't want to. It's like, okay, all right.
Bro, that's exactly
So,
what I was gonna say. We be joking about that. I be taking your points. You just took mine on God. I was about to say the exact same thing. I'm like, let me let Mace finish, and I'm gonna talk about that little clutch sports response. I'm telling you, bro, these dudes be signing the clutch, man, because they relate to LeBron in a lot of ways. And I've said this with people in basketball before, man. People think it's disrespect, man. I'm not disrespecting nobody, bro. I'm just saying, based upon like, bro, we've been playing basketball and watching basketball for all these years, man. If you do anything a million times over all them years, you start learning the habits, bro. And just like you saying, if a man don't want to shoot free throws, he gonna pass up on open layups and stuff, bro. We see that. LeBron have done it before Ben Simmons, except you guys love LeBron so much that Ben Simmons gonna get drugged through the goddamn mud, and we're gonna flame Ben Simmons up. But LeBron has passed up on free throws and game winning shots a whole lot of times,
oh yeah, of
as we
course.
all know, because but y'all always use that. It's the correct basketball play stuff. When I have argued this to the fucking to the hills come home or whatever the goddamn saying is, that it's never the right basketball play for the biggest, strongest, fastest, most highest jumping man on the court to pass it to anybody. And when he, especially when he's already got it going, you
Yep.
don't pass the ball at the end of those games, bro. Jordan and Kobe are the first people to really show us that is that their highest percentage chance of winning is your best player having the ball and making the last play. And yes, sometimes that play is to give the ball up if you're double teamed, though. If you're one on one, that's a disrespect to the best player in the world, and he
Yep.
should always take that man. That's my opinion, yeah, and everybody don't gotta agree with that. But it's my also opinion also that it's a lot of dudes that are also have a passive personality and a passive type of personality when it comes to basketball that agree that you should not want to take over the game when you're the best player. Bro, you're the best player for a reason. They pay LeBron $300 million. He's a billionaire, fam, because of basketball.
Yeah.
So when it's those times, he should be scoring the basketball. And
Yeah.
then yes, if they double up on you or they if somebody helps off as another player, kick it to the open man. So, but back to Ben Simmons though. Ben Simmons, because LeBron is able to get away with that excuse, he gets to sit there on that podcast because that's the one part of the podcast that I just was like, man, you bullshitting, bro. I don't
Yep.
believe you. You're lying, my guy. Like, and I respected everything else. I expected him saying, I'll shoot five more and joking about it, but I really wanted him to be serious about that part, but he joked about it, you know what I mean? But you joking about something that's a serious problem, my guy. Lonzo Ball, to your point, he actually went and worked on his shit though. He got a shooting coach, and I watched the videos all summer with him changing his form, and the
Oh
man
yeah.
came back and shot like 8-10% higher from
Yep.
three, and even got a little mid-range shot going, which
Right.
Lonzo was criticized for not having no mid-range shot. And same thing we know about LeBron and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons has the slightest of a little hook that he can throw in the mid range, but they're not mid range shooters. So it's just always going to be hard for me to call somebody the best player in anything. If you don't have a mid range, you should have everything. When if you're the best player, it's because you're the best player. I got the mid range, I got the post game, I got the handle, I got a 3-pointer if I need it. I'm going to be a clutch. I'm going to play defense. That's really what the best players. They changing the rules now. And no disrespect to Steph Curry, but ever since Steph kind of got the MVP too, it's kind of been like we don't care about defense anymore. I'm never gonna like that too. They're gonna be calling me old school forever, and I'm not. I'm not even old, but I'm gonna be even calling me old school because defense gets forgotten, and that's just whack, bro. I don't even like calling the nigga the best player. It's hard for me to call Steph the best player, even though he's unanimous MVP. I was like, Steph just don't play defense, bro. Like that bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Or that he can't guard the best player. Or not even the best player, that your position. Like you literally wouldn't guard Russell Westbrook and all of these guys. You had to let Clay guard them. So, but ain't nothing wrong with that. But I just can't. It's just hard for me to call you best player in the world. But Ben Simmons, bro, just attack your demons, bro. Like I would tell any young player, bro, anybody, if you're failing at something or something's hard for you, bro, just keep practicing at that shit and get better at it and just fucking do it, bro. Because you just don't let everybody just say he can't
For
shoot. He
me,
can't
I
shoot.
just want to win. So people also don't understand my goal is to purely win. I don't go out there. I'm not trying to have this many points, whatever it is. My goal is to win. I think for a while it was just, it's so repetitive. You're hearing it all the time from everybody. You're like, fucking hell, like just get off my case. Like I do other stuff too. Like I'm guarding the best players. And that's one thing I don't think people respect that enough. Like what I'm bringing to the court. Cause there's a lot of shit I'm bringing to the court. And for me, I just want to win. So people also don't understand my goal is to purely win. I don't go out there. I'm not trying to have this many points, whatever it is. My goal is to win. So I'm trying to do whatever I can during the game and make the right plays and the right reads to help my team win. But that is for sure frustrating. But it's also one of my weaknesses. So it's like, when am I get mad at people for saying I'm not good at something? Like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm practicing, get better. It is what it is. And that's just a part of the game. Like, I don't think if I was like a guy that sucked and people didn't care, then people wouldn't be mentioning my name, which is also for me, it's like, I'm proudful of being who I am because people expect a high level of basketball from me. Which I love because, I would rather be who I am than not on the fucking court.
Of you draining threes in pickup games. I think it was in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
It was in LA. And I was around you for 2 seasons and I watched you work. I watched you shoot every day after practice, every day before practice, whether it was free throws, spot up threes, whatever. In some ways, did the shooting thing become bigger than it should have been and fuck with you a little bit? Like I always wanted, I wanted always to ask you, like, Brett said you could shoot, dude. Shoot.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. And I didn't really realize that early on in my career, and it started building up. I'm like they saying I can't. Like, should I not? Like, I'm fucking confused now. Like, you don't want me to shoot, but you want me to shoot. Like, I don't know. So it did fuck with me a lot. But I kind of found peace in a place where I'm just like, fuck it, it's basketball. Like, I'm great at the game. Like, I need to go out there and show people what I can do and my talent. So it did for a while. I was just like fucked up a little, but it is what it is. Like, I feel like that. All of this stuff that's happened in the last few years for me has kind of helped me grow and mature in a way that I don't think I would have if, I didn't have those experiences.
Are you going to shoot threes this season for the Nets?
Yeah, I need to. I need to just go out there and put some up.
Should just make a goal. I'm going to shoot 5 a game until they tell me to stop shooting.
Fucking 23s a game.
If you shot
Kevin's wide open. Nope.
Even the series prior to the Atlanta series, you were 14, 10, and 8 against Washington. Like, you're putting up numbers, obviously playing great defense, and you did play great defense at times during that Hawks series. But what happened? Like you weren't at your best. You'll admit that you were not at your best
for sure.
And so what went into that? Was that the Hawks? Was that you?
I think it was me, and it was a build up over time that I was kind of like deflecting, like I was just pushing it to the side and not addressing like my mental health. And I was, it's hard to do that when you don't really know fuck, why do I feel like this? Why am I feeling this way? And why am I, just different things. And once I was able to really address it, I was like, oh shit, like I want to get myself right. I want to get to a good place, mentally and be able to do my job and learn to deal with, things I'm dealing with in the right ways and not, going down a downward spiral. Because there's a lot of people that go through it and never address it.
Is there anything that you look back on, and it could have been the Hawks series, it could have been at any point in time in Philly. Is there anything you look back on, you were like, you know what? Wish I'd done that differently.
No, because I wouldn't be here. I don't think we could say, yeah, I wish I went up and dunked the ball. Like because that was the whole game. Like, come on. No, I think if I didn't go through what I've gone through the last year and a half, then I wouldn't be where I'm at now. And I think I needed to go through all that and have those experiences to be where I'm at now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And I think that's true of any human being. Yeah. I think that's
life.
I think whether it's failures, struggles, having gone through some very serious mental health stuff myself and having worked through that, like I'm a better human being. I'm a stronger human being because of it. And like, I think that's wonderful. So we had Matisse on, right before the start of last year. And we recently had Trey on, at some point during the playoffs. I think it was in May. And we talked about that play.
Tapping his way in. Spins on Gallinari. Gives it up. Oh, he was right there.
And, I'd love to just hear sort of your breakdown of what happened on that play, because that entire series, you guys are up 2-1, you end up losing 2 straight games, you go down 3-2, you win game 6, and you lose game 7 at home. Like, there was a lot of things that happened in that series, but for whatever reason, that's the play that everyone talks about, that everybody sort of puts on you as the blame, right?
The
it's like that single play.
Yeah. In the moment I just spun, and I'm assuming Trey's gonna come over quicker. So I'm thinking he's gonna come full blown, and I see Matisse going down. Matisse is athletic and get up. So I'm thinking, okay, quick pass, he's gonna flush it, not knowing how much space there was. It happened so quick that you just make a read. And in the playoffs, you need to make the right decisions majority of the time. And for that moment, bro, it happened, and I was just like, okay, fuck, now we got to go make another play. So that's how I'm thinking. And I didn't realize how, everyone's posting. I'm like, is that big? Like,
in fairness to you, and I'm not giving you an out here because you absolutely should have dunked it. In fairness to you, not only was it a spin move, so you're turning.
Yeah,
I'm trying to have people understand here just how bang it is. So you spun on Gallinari. I think it was Gallinari.
Yeah.
Spun on Gallinari, so you spin baseline.
That's
so you're going in blind, and
he's coming behind me.
Yes, and then you've also got yourself in a little bit of an off balance predicament. Right. You don't know it's Trey right when you spin.
No, you're spinning into a jersey.
Yeah,
essentially. So.
Yeah. So but look, when it slows down, it looks really bad, man.
Yeah, it fucking looks terrible. I was like, but when I look at it now, I'm like, man, I should have just fucking punched that shit. But it didn't happen, and I was okay with that. I can live with that. I can live with, okay, everyone's trying to kill me over one play. Like, does everyone want to watch film with me? Like the whole arena, and I could dissect everything if you guys want. But that's not, it's not realistic.
Well, we said this at the time. I mean, it was like the whole team blew 25-point leads,
I'm also I'm guarding the fucking best player on the other team the whole game. Herder had 27 points?
I wish a nigga would stand under the basket when I'm at the top of the key, bro. Like, that's the most disrespectful shit in the world, bro. Like, go in there. I would shoot that shit every time. I don't give a fuck if I'm missing. Like, keep shooting that shit. And then eventually they're going to have to respect it. Even if you make 1 out of 5, they're going to have to get their ass out there. Or go in there and Giannis and dunk on their ass. But yeah, it was just tough to hear him say that, because I'm like, bro, just admit it, bro. Come on, bro. Just let it go, bro. It's okay. Just say it. You know what I mean?
Funny, in the interview, he says it. Brad Stevens told him to shoot. He said it. He said he was telling him to shoot. Sorry, not Brad Stevens. My apologies. He was saying they were telling him to shoot. Like, they told him to shoot. It wasn't like, no, don't shoot. Like, no, go ahead and shoot. Like, we want to see you take 5.
Even Joel, we've heard Embiid say we want him to shoot.
Yeah, we want him to shoot. Like, just shoot it. Like, it make them do something. It's like, you're hurting our game. You're hurting us because they know you're not going to shoot. So what they're going to stag off and say, we just going to make sure we keep a spy on Joel and one person over here, because you're not going to shoot it. You're never. And when you go to the basket, you're probably going to throw the hook up early because you don't want to make contact, because you don't want to go to the free throw line. Yeah. So and that was his thing. Just, I make people to understand how much better I make everybody. It was guarding the best player, tiring myself out and everything. All
those things is true.
Yeah, it's very true.
But that's not what we talking about, bro. It's like you talking about a Lamborghini that bitch go 85 miles an hour in 2 seconds, 0 to 85 in 3 seconds, and the gas mileage is unmatched, but it don't start, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying you can't have something that's huge wrong with you, bro, when you're a basketball player, bro.
A glaring weakness you're not correcting, and that's the. Because remember, people can say what they want to say about Giannis' shooting. We all see it. It gets better every year.
Yeah, and he was Ben Simmons at one point, scared to shoot.
Fully, but he's put it in. Even to the point where he's like, yo, I'm going to yank this 3. You got to be fucked up. Yeah. His field goal, it's up. So it's at the point now where you see back in the day, they played 5 steps off him. Now they're playing 3 steps off him. Yeah. They're like, we don't expect him to make it, but just on a chance he might, we got to keep it on.
We'll live with it, but we ain't going to just let him shoot. We're going to at least throw a hand up. You know what I'm saying? With Ben Simmons, they're like, bro, please shoot that.
Yeah, please. Giannis.
To LeBron's credit, too, because they always going to kill us if we say everything negative about LeBron. But LeBron has improved on his jumper, and he used to be somebody who we would live with the jump shot with LeBron. And LeBron, you can't just let him shoot now. You got to at least throw a hand up. You know what I'm saying? So you, like you said, put the work in.
He's not even taking the shot, so they have no reason to guard him. But I will say, I didn't expect him to really get into as much about Philly as he did. He opened up on Philly a bit, and I had to respect that. It's easy though because he's gone, but when you look at it from the way it was coming, I understand it. So you know what I'm saying? And that was the thing. It's always been the same thing, bro. It's not that we don't think anything of you. You just never said nothing. And when you don't say anything, you're left to speculation, or you're left for your representation to speak, and you might not feel that way. But then you can't be at home getting mad going, how dare they talk about me this way? Nigga, you ain't saying nothing. They go.
And I see both sides of the Philly shit. Like, I understand where he's coming from, like, because they threw him under the bus completely. So I would have been mad at Doc, and I'd have been mad at Joel too. But I also understand, bro, because I would never let somebody say that you just can't be 6'10" and pass up on a dunk on 5'10" Trae Young, bro. So if you do that, bro, you cannot. I would never be mad at my coach for being like, yo, bro, Jim should have dunked on that man. Like, or you know what I'm saying? Like that, you're mad. I understand you threw. They did throw you under the bus because they didn't just be like, yo, man, Ben's still a killer, man. And they asked him, I think they asked him, can he win with Ben Simmons? That's they asked Doc, can you win? He said, I don't know. I'm like, come on, Doc. But that's how mad he was at Ben at the moment, though. He was like, I can't even defend this dude right now. But you should have defended him, though, if you wanted him to stay there, though, Doc.
He tried to clean it up later. But I will say this, and this is, like I said, I feel Ben's situation, but I also got to go here. I got to ride on Joel Embiid's side. Joel Embiid didn't say nothing fucked up to him until he started acting up. Joel Embiid said it. He said it clear. Yo, Ben's got to dunk that. He was like, you got to dunk that, bro. Like, he said that. He wasn't like, you a hoe, you a bitch. He just said, you got to dunk that. Like, when
he did say, though, like, about him not wanting to shoot, though. He did say something like, he got to want to shoot more, man. We need him to shoot. But I'm just saying, to a dude that's like, if one of LeBron's teammates say, man, LeBron got to stop running from the free throw line, fam. Like imagine if they said, like, LeBron, that nigga's going to be gone in the morning, bro.
Here's the thing. LeBron, he carries himself like that. And here's the thing. Let's be fair. If we know anything about Joel Embiid, I guarantee you he probably told Ben that same thing in practice too.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Joel Embiid's not the kind of dude who ain't gonna say it to him.
Nah, he's blunt. He gonna say exactly how you feel.
Exactly. He's probably been in practice like, shoot the ball. Like,
right. I'm tired of seeing you not shoot.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He's probably said that to him before. And like you said, it's the end of the game. We just lost. And it's clear we dropped the ball because you ran off on that. So buddy's mad. And I get it. But the thing that's funny is, and me and you know this because you play ball, I play ball, they've had beef before this even came out. They've been had a problem. They've had the problem for a while. That just was a straw that broke the camel's back. But Joel Embiid been had a problem with him not shooting. This wasn't the first time he said you got to do that. Mm-hmm. They always had the smoke, and that's why the thing is, like, you knew y'all had beef when you signed that contract. So you know what I'm saying. So Joel just kept it funky. He was just like, and when Ben started tripping, he was like, we ain't playing. We say we ain't gonna play with nobody who want to be here. Fucking, I ain't worried about it. No.
Fuck that nigga, man.
So I respect Joel for finally being like, bro, fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We here to play. Because you know what's been about 3 years, it was keep Ben, trade Joel, keep Joel, trade Ben. And you know they've heard that. And Ben didn't rise up, and Joel did rise up and was like, yo, we'll get the fuck out. And Ben felt some type of way. So it's just what it is. But at the same time, you were in a position to win, bro. You just didn't have it. And like I said, you know, you say it all the time, and I agree with you. You're making all that money. We say about Draymond, bro, you're making all this money. You gotta do more than that. You're a max player. Look at his contract. He's a max contract player. You can't be a max contract player and will not shoot the ball. It will not go to the free throw. It doesn't work that way, bro. Then you got to be real with yourself.
To your point, though, because Draymond been riding on them coattails this whole time, he gets way more respect than Ben Simmons get. And Ben Simmons is actually much better than Draymond, a much better player. And yeah, Draymond will attempt the shot, but he gonna miss that motherfucker most of the time. So, but you got to give him credit for being willing to shoot it. But he's not the player and the playmaker and the defender and all those other things that Ben Simmons is. So I'm not, to Ben Simmons' credit, he is all of those other things. But you cannot be a person who misses free throws at the end of the game or runs from the free throw line and be like, man, I don't care if I missed them free throws and win the game last night, bro. I'm a better I'm a good 3-point shooter. I'm a good like no one cares, bro. You got your free throws suck. That's why you missed those free throws. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, and I just wish he would have just owned up to the Trae Young part, bro. Like he said, like I looked at it and I feel like what's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
he won't do
what
it.
the big deal is, fam. Like, come on, bro. Like, you should have dunked Trae Young and the ball in the motherfucking rim. Like, so
that was the end of the game. That dunk was the end, and you ran from it. Yep. So don't be like, all right, play. You weren't a no look pass away from Trae Young to someone who's guarded. It's not the right basketball play. Cut it out. So
yeah, man. Let's transition, man. We already brought up LeBron. You know, let's go ahead and transition into that. The top. I hate talking about these lists, but let's get into it anyway because ESPN is just retarded, bro. It's a bunch of people they're supposed to be experts and analysts, and their lists are always just fucking ass, bro. They never make any sense. They're never based upon any real criteria. They just get all these dummies together, and then Stephen A got a rant about how he has nothing to do with it because the shit be retarded. And even if he did it, I'm sure it wouldn't make no sense either because he don't even got Kobe in his top 5. So, anyways, he's just
even players say if you ain't got Kobe in your top 5, your list don't count. The fuck.
So yeah, but these guys are the experts though, and these are the ones who decide MVP trophies. That's why I don't really care for MVPs because look who picking them. The same niggas who made this ESPN rank list. So yeah, on the ESPN rank list, let's just start off with this. Kevin Durant is ranked number 8, bro. So let's if you got Kevin Durant as the 8th best player in basketball, do me a favor. Don't just stop talking about basketball, period. Like go talk about lacrosse or some shit or badminton or some shit. Yeah. Because basketball ain't for you, my G. And that's for everybody. I don't give a fuck who you is. If you think Kevin Durant is the 8th best nigga in basketball, then you must have been to fucking one of them other planets where the Space Jam niggas was hooping on or something. You seen some shit that I've never seen before. Because there ain't two.
The number 8 there.
It ain't 2 or 3, not even 3 players or 2 players that's better than Kevin Durant in basketball, bro. I'm sorry, in the world, in the universe. So, well, in the universe, you know, if we talk about living dead, you know, dead people, then nah. But yeah, so Kevin Durant's number 8. And then the same foolish individuals put LeBron at number 6, bro. Now, and then the even more foolish, there's a level of more foolish people than that actually saying that LeBron should be in the top 5.
Yes.
So let's break this down in the
top 3. Some guy number 3, top 3.
Some people think he's the best player in the world, and he's gonna be in the cat. LeBron could be 70 years old, and they're gonna be saying, "Bro, I swear if LeBron laced him up right now, he'd be the best player."
He'd be number 5. No, he would.
We call y'all Bronsexuals, you niggas that say shit like that. But anyways, so all right, so let's get into this. Kevin Durant, me and you don't even got to spend time on that, bro. We know he's not at number 8. We know he's not behind LeBron. And all right, so for the logic that you guys have so much, the logic is Kevin Durant got swept out the playoffs, so that's why he dropped from number 1 to number 8 last year. That's what I heard as the dumbass excuse to why this man dropped that far.
Go ahead and say it.
No, you say it. Go ahead.
But LeBron didn't even make the play.
Say it again, bro. They can't hear you, bro. We laughing too hard.
LeBron didn't make the play-in, and you have him ahead of someone that you don't have in the top 5 because he got swept.
Can you please, like, is this English we speaking? Because I don't understand. That 2 + 2 don't equal 4, man.
No.
That math ain't mathing right there.
That makes no sense.
You'll be playing with LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
They'll be playing with me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I made the playoffs last year. They didn't. It's the difference.
So, yeah, bro. Like, I don't get it, fam. So just say LeBron is so legendary that we can't leave him out the top 10. And we have to have him close to top 5, and we can't put Kevin Durant over him because we just don't like Kevin Durant. He won't talk to the media. Like, it's obvious. Like, the niggas who the media likes are in the top 5, top 6, 7, and the people who don't either aren't even close, just like the top 75 list. They say, Kyrie, you're not coming in here. Dwight Howard, you're not coming in here. You got Stan Van Gundy fired. Like it's a lot of reasons to why we don't just tell the truth. So so we don't got to spend time on this list, bro. The list is retarded, fam. Excuse my language to YouTube if that's gonna fuck us up, but it's just dumb. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. See, people, and this is real rap. They're not. I don't want to bring football into this. They're not judging off of basketball. They're judging off of they're judging off of opinion. They're judging off of feel of a person's personality. Wow. You're not judging off of the simple thing. We're talking about the best players in the world. We don't give a fuck who you like. We don't care who's going to talk to the media. We don't care who's been swept out of the playoffs. We're talking about if you put a basketball in this person's hand and you put them on a basketball court, where are they ranked? So all that he got put out in the first round shit doesn't matter. All that he got put out in the second, it doesn't matter. Oh, he should be in playoffs. It doesn't.
Jason Tatum was like number 9. He was in the finals.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you think about what they did, their team did. We're not asking who the best team is. We're asking who's the best player in the world. So you're telling me right now, this is what you're saying. If you put a basketball in Kevin Durant's hands and says, hey, KD, go play basketball, and you put a basketball in LeBron James' hand, you're telling me LeBron James is a better basketball player than Kevin Durant.
You're proving that you didn't watch basketball in the last 5 years, or especially last year.
Like, get the entire fuck out of here. Like, that makes zero sense. And then if you go, all right, let's play Kevin Durant versus LeBron James. If you're telling me LeBron James can stop Kevin Durant, you're out of your fucking mind. It's not happening. It's not on any planet. And then Kevin Durant has a better chance of stopping LeBron than LeBron does Kevin Durant. So we can X that the fuck out right now. Kevin Durant's a better defender in his sleep than LeBron James is right now. It's not even fucking close. So the fact that you have LeBron James above Kevin Durant is asinine. The only thing you can say about LeBron James is he averaged 30 last year. So the fuck what? Well, if that's the deal,
give him his credit. He averaged 30. That is hard to do. Before you say so what?
But let's be clear. You averaged 30 while also playing in garbage time, playing in meaningless games, and sitting out. Go look at the history. Sitting out the games that were harder, resting. Boycott it out. Like, stop it.
All the back-to-backs, all the playoff teams.
He's not. And they're like, we can stop that. Oh, he averaged 30 at 37. That's a wonderful feat. We're not going to deny that. But stop sitting here acting like he can fuck with Kevin Durant. He absolutely cannot. Kevin Durant would torch that man to the ground. Like, it's not even hook.
And LeBron was top 15 in like 3-point attempts in the whole league last year, and he shot like terribly. I'm just saying.
Remember, he was also top 15 in free throws attempted in the league and ranked in think at like number 50, something 40, 50 something. Like, don't do that. But this is the man you want to say is number 3 in the league. Let's cut that out. And now they want to, in their favorite thing, say LeBron James is a leader. He's a leader of men. He played 55 games the year before. His team didn't make the play-in game. They
like Hall of Famers.
So the one thing you want to always talk about is his leadership. Well, he led their ass into nothing. So what are we talking about? So that Kevin Durant, LeBron James thing is dead. So, and you know,
to add to your point, Kevin Durant, he had a team that was literally traded James Harden mid-season. Kyrie played half the games. Ben Simmons never showed up, and he still had more success than the Lakers did
with all their wolves.
But yeah, he gets so much disrespect. This is just weird, bro.
And then, and I'm being with you. You know me. I am a huge Steph supporter. I am never going to make any demands on it. That's like my favorite player, arguably right now. There's no fucking way you're going to get me to admit that Kevin Durant is better than Steph Curry. I can't do it. Like, I can't.
Vice versa, you mean?
I mean, vice versa. Sorry. There's no way I can do that. There's no way you can put me in a room and go, tell me Steph is better than KD. No. Like, I absolutely.
Steph is great, but that's tough to say that, bro.
It's different, bro. It's just different. Like, it's just because when you look at it from a shooting standpoint, Steph is the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Absolutely. But let's say right now, if you wanted the top 5 scorer shooters in the league, Kevin Durant's in that top 5. So he's within nipping range. But he's a better defender than he is. He's a better rebounder than he is. So you see what I'm saying? Like, you got to start playing like that. So I have no problem with them saying Giannis is the best player in the world. The only reason I don't have a problem with it is because I've consistently seen him work on this game. He's leading, you know what I'm saying? one of our best team, 10 steps to the basket. He's working on his jump shot. He's being better. He's the leader of the team. He's won his MVPs. I have no problem with them saying he's the best player in the game. However, I do have a problem with them saying that KD's not even close. Like there's 7 people better. Like that's absurd. I can't do that. So you can legitimately make the argument KD is the best player in the game, which I have no beef with because I sit on that throne as well. I just don't have a problem with them saying Giannis. But you're not going to tell me like all these other like LeBron's definitely not ahead of him. But
if KD not top 3 or 5, you just need to stop talking basketball.
Exactly. I have no problem with Luka being above LeBron. I have no problem with Steph being above LeBron. KD should be above LeBron. I have no problem with Embiid. Because remember, we're not playing injuries. We're not playing what ifs. We're playing basketball in hand. Let's go. All those people we named are better than LeBron James. Yeah, they're all better than LeBron James right now. And it's legacy. They can't let go of the fact that LeBron isn't top 5 anymore. They just won't let it die. Yeah. And it's like, it's over. And there's nothing. We didn't say he's number 40 or nothing like that. But
he's really like, he ain't even top 10. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all don't want to hear it. He ain't top 10.
I'm saying, like, it's not, they're acting like that means a kind of death wish. It's like, it's not. It's just, you're not that. Like, and
it's okay. Truth. It's year 19, year 20.
Yeah, bro, like, it's cool. You're great.
And he doesn't play defense anymore. Like you already said off camera, bro. He don't play defense. And just go look up LeBron's defensive rating last year. He was ranked above the qualifying players who played a certain amount of games. LeBron was very low in defense of the whole league last year, bro. And just watch the games, bro. He was getting blown by fucking no names. That's all. Like you said, people pushing him over there. Like people dribbling circles around him, bro. Like LeBron don't even give certain effort. We know that. We already had this conversation. LeBron gave a lot of effort on all to points per game because he's trying to pass Kareem. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to act like you're trying to win when you're literally sitting out games that you won't have a great scoring night and won't win at the same time. He's choosing one. We're going to win this one and I can have a good scoring night, or I can chill tonight and have a good scoring night, but we might gonna lose, and I can get my points in garbage time. So we're not stupid, guys. This is the inflation era, and when you average 30 in this era, we know that we're looking at it with a side eye, bro, because we know there's a lot that goes in. The defense is gone, the inflation, the possessions are like almost double of they were like 30 years ago. Yeah, so come on, bro. Like he's shooting a lot of shots, getting a lot of shots up. But yeah, he averaged 30, bro. Good. That's a good thing, bro. He accomplished a good thing. But yeah, LeBron's also shooting mad 3-pointers and not making them at an efficient clip. So
very low rate.
I expect him to average 28, 29 points, and you're playing against these bad teams, and you're still shooting 30 times. And I mean, this is the last thing. Let's get off this LeBron shit, bro. Last thing is, watch the games, y'all. Y'all watch highlights. I know a lot of y'all watch fucking highlights and y'all read articles from biased media. Watch the game. LeBron is staying in the game down 30 against a bad team. Like, why do you think he's in there, bro? He's in his 19th season. He should be getting some rest at those times. That's the times where you get rest is when you're up 30, down 30. LeBron in there down 30, shooting every fucking time, bro. So it's not hard to figure out what that means right there, fellas. But if you don't understand that, I don't want to talk to you anyway. Yeah. But right. You already know, nigga. No left-hand layups. I'm not talking to you about basketball, bro. You can't make a contested layup, period, with your other hand. I don't want to talk to you either. But yeah, let's slide on that. What's next, bro? And there's one other topic that we're forgetting. We can
Malika Andrews.
Yeah, but we kind of touched on that. You know, I don't want to rag on her too hard, but Malika already stuck her foot in her ass, bro. So we'll get that off. Oh, I remember what it was. 7 players better than Kobe in 2005. That's one of them. But yeah, so just quick on Malika Andrews, bro. I actually was happy for Malika Andrews, man. When Rachel Nichols lost her job, you can go watch it back on this show. Rachel Nichols got fired, and honestly with you, I'm the first dude that I seen on anything say Rachel Nichols should be fired for what she did and said, and she should be fired immediately. And my guy Thirst, salute to him, but he laughed on me on here and said, "Damn, you think she should be fired, bro? Like that's like I was overreacting." And then like 3 days later, her ass was fired, and they replaced her with Malika Andrews. And I was happy, you know what I'm saying? She's a black woman, young, nice looking, on the come up. And I was like, okay, salute to her, man. You know, this seemed like a good opportunity for her. But now I see though, bro, she's just like heading this, you know, the feminist movement of women who only protect women no matter what. And even if the woman is wrong, we won't speak on their behalf. We'll like try to not speak about it. Let's cancel logic because a woman is being involved. Like, we're not doing that, bro. We're gonna keep it a buck. We're gonna keep it a bean all the way through. Male, female, sports, no sports. Like Brett Favre. Like we don't talk about football like that on here. So we don't got to spend all that time on Brett Favre. But that's another thing we have to touch on is obviously Brett Favre's the biggest robber football player that we've seen. So and he just the scum of the earth type shit. But we know ESPN don't cover that shit. Malika Andrews, I ain't seen you running your mouth about that. None of that. But there's a female that's involved in a cheating scandal that maybe people are even just slightly mentioning. Stephen A. Smith mentioned it. Kendrick Perkins mentioned it. And she's on TV like losing her mind because these guys are just mentioning like, why is this other person's name not being brought up? And that's a very valuable question to ask, Malika. But you're so busy trying to defend women under any circumstance that you're not even using logic. Yeah, you won't even let another person ask questions that should be asked because this type of information was omitted from all of this shit. And it's only because it's a female, because we know if the tables are turned and this is a male, you know, obviously the tables are turned. The male is the one in the wrong, and we've all said he's wrong as shit. And if we haven't said it, he deserves whatever punishment that he gets because that was just a dumbass mistake for what he did. It was a dumbass move. So, but he slept with somebody who also worked there. So Malika married to a man who works there, and you work there. So I'm gonna need Malika to be like, stop. Let's stop saying stop and actually start talking about the facts about, yes, we do need to hold whoever else is accountable, whoever's in the situation accountable. So that's all. Like, so we can get off Malika, but I just wanted to let that be known. Like we can't just dismiss logic because it's a guy in the wrong. Okay, because she has no problem constantly saying Udoka's wrong. But go ahead.
I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna leave it alone. Equality is across the board. Equality doesn't pick and choose where it is. Either y'all want to be equal or not. You can't say let's be equal and everything else. Let's be equal in wage. Let's be equal in time, equal in tenure. No, if you're going to be equal across. You drug Ime Udoka. You put his business out there. You put who he slept with out there, where he slept with, everything out there. But now it's time for the other party to answer. And your response is, well, we should be, let's hold off on that. No. Because you didn't hold off Ime Udoka. So don't now try to hold off on the female because of that. No. Don't do that. It's equal across the board. Make it equal or don't speak at all. And that's all I got to say about that.
And lastly, good point. Lastly, I want to say, we got to stop with the bullshit nonsense with the because he's in a position of power that may not have been consent, bro. A position of power. Now, to that point, if he did say something like, if she has any evidence of him saying, yo, your job might be on the line if you don't want to give me some, or if you don't want to go on a date with me, like I might not want to promote you. You know, if you say anything like that, then this man needs to get drugged through the mud twice as much as he's getting. But if he didn't say that, fam, I'm gonna need it to not be y'all acting like he took advantage of some power. These are two grown adults. One of them she's married, fam. He ain't even married. She married. So you knew better than to sleep with another dude, let alone the coach of the team. So unless he uses power,
I need to ask under that.
Good.
Who's she married to?
We don't know that yet, but we know who we think we heard.
We know what his title is.
Allegedly.
She's married to an executive. So you're telling me that the coach has more power than the executive in the organization? So don't sit here and tell me his power overthrew hers when you're married to an executive who would be on top of. That's okay.
But if it's them two and alone, the coach and the girl, he would have the power in that situation, allegedly. If she works underneath him.
Yeah, but what I'm saying physically, but in the
not physically. I just mean
I mean physically.
He always got the power over a woman physically.
That's what I'm saying. But you can't tell me if she's married to an executive, that's the dog. Like you're married to the ultimate dog. He's an executive.
But if you got a job as a girl who does paperwork, then the coach is still over you when y'all in a meeting.
I'm sure she didn't get the job of girl who does paperwork because she's
We ain't
single.
speculating. We ain't speculating. Nah, leave all that.
You're right.
Yeah, Malika gonna hear this and flip on your head,
I
bro.
hope she do. And you know what? I hope she does, because then she'll do what you wanted to do, which is hold yourself accountable, which she's not doing.
Yeah, and Stephen A shut her ass down real quick though. Like she had all this energy, and then Stephen A told her, hit her with some facts, and then she just out of there, bro.
Yeah, well,
jumped out the window. So yeah, and let's just get into this Brett Favre real quick though, bro. This Brett Favre situation, man. As we know, I waited for the details to come out on this too, though. But my man's, I don't even know the number, but I think it was $70 million that this man took from the welfare. Yeah, he took $70 million from welfare, and then used it to build was it volleyball?
I think it was $3 or $5 million of it he used to build a volleyball stadium at his alma mater in Mississippi, because his daughter plays for the school.
Factual. Now
so he was part of a $70 million scandal in which they took that money and built a volleyball stadium for his daughter's school. Now, and then Dummy sent a text saying, "Is there any way you can trace this back to me?" Come on, bro.
Yeah, is there any way? Are you sure we're not gonna be able to be found out about this?
The media's not gonna find out about it. They're not gonna trace this back. Come on.
Thank you for sending that text. Thank you for he left a voicemail, so I heard him on voicemail saying, "Are you sure we good with this?" Yo, bro, congratulations. You fucking played yourself, Brett Favre. And salute to all of the goofy ass media that won't talk about the shit, won't bring it up. We talked about fucking Jameis Winston's crab legs for fucking 10 years. We talked about Colin Kaepernick for 25 years. We talked about Ray Rice. We talked about all these things. And we
Ray Lewis all the way to the point when he retired. They still was talking about that.
And now Brett Favre literally stole $70 million of welfare money, and we're crickets.
Yep.
Like, and only if we're not a football podcast, bro. So I keep it basketball for the most part. We keep it basketball. So we don't got to get all the way into it, bro. But if that was a Negro, if that was a black man or any man of color, bro, he would be under a 3 or 4 jails, bro.
Oh yeah.
And so I just want to see what's gonna. I mean, obviously we know nothing's gonna happen to Brett Favre. He's gonna do some type of whatever to finagle this shit. Yeah,
and a fine.
If you can do community service for $70 million illegal activity, this is just nuts. But obviously, this is America, man. But anyways, man, let's move on from that, bro. Brett Favre needs to get drugged all the way through the fucking shit and the mud, but he's not. Stephen A. Smith, he gave a little thing, but like I always expect, like Stephen A. If Kyrie don't play a game, Stephen A. Smith is over here. I've been waiting to talk about Kyrie. Now, why this man doesn't want to come to work? I don't want to, and he'll go crazy on Kyrie. But Brett Favre, it's just, we got to talk about Brett Favre, man. We're gonna have to talk about this, man. And like when Aaron Rodgers didn't want to take the vaccination, but it was, yeah, man. I can't believe I'm saying this about Aaron Rodgers, man. But when it's Kyrie, this man doesn't care about his team. This man hates his team. That's why Kevin Durant wants to leave him. I can't do this, bro.
Salute to Shannon though, because Shannon drugged that boy hard.
He did.
Shannon was like, I want that boy in jail. Like he was not kidding. Like, he spent a whole segment. He took like a 20-minute segment not playing with him.
Yep. He went in harder than anybody did on Brett Favre, as he should. He's the biggest football voice there is on TV. So, yes, bro. Hold it down for the sport and hold it down for your people, bro.
Yep.
Because Brett Favre is the fucking scum, like you said, bro. But, so, yeah, let's just hit these last topics real quick. How you feel about the CJ McCOLLUM signing, man? I actually like it. I love it. Him and Brandon Ingram actually play really good together. They exceeded expectations of what we all thought. And that really was a slight knock to Dame when he went there and did so well immediately, man. So I love Dame, man. That's my guy, bro. But I do think he gets, they push him into these conversations that he hadn't made it all the way into yet. And CJ got zero credit throughout that whole time.
Oh, yeah.
CJ's game was diminishing and not doing it. It wasn't progressing. I won't say diminishing. It wasn't progressing anymore with Dame. And he got a new look. Yep. It was always CJ's fault. And then now he got a new look and immediately he looks like a fucking, a 2-man show with another guy that could be
all
formidable. Yeah, and Brandon Ingram is not a joke.
Not at all.
So how you feel about it? You like the pickup though? I mean,
I love it. I am glad they did give that boy that 2-year tag because you saw what they did without Zion. Hey, man,
your boy Zion coming back to join the 3-man.
They hit the playoffs without him. So bare minimum, they could probably hit it without him again if he's out extended. But with him in the lineup, they shouldn't be in the play-in conversation. They should probably be battling for that 5th, 6th. So I like it. CJ, like you said, he never got enough credit for it. It was always Dame. Dame is carrying him. Dame is carrying this. And when something went wrong, CJ didn't do his part. But when Dame did, so I love it. Hey man, he finally getting the shine. I love it. Him and BI look good together. Zion, hey man, I wish you much health and success. Y'all do that, man. I'm looking forward to it. Them, the Grizzlies, the Mavs. I'm looking for the young boys running. I want to see it.
All right, and then lastly, let's just get your thoughts on the Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder said, well, hold on. Jay Crowder requested to not report to the Suns training camp, and the team has agreed as a continue to try to find a trade for him. So basically, like, nigga, dream come true, man. Like, but damn, man, I thought they liked Jay Crowder, man. That went south.
My nigga said, "Can I not come to work?" And it was like, "Show you right, nigga."
Yeah, bro. You need any coffee or something on your way out, my G?
Oh man, they told him most of the time, nah, come in, let's talk about it. But he said, can I not come in? Hey man, enjoy yourself.
Have a good day, bro.
We appreciate you. Your locker is already cleared out anyway.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know you was coming today, bro. Appreciate you.
I thought you was off today.
But yeah, let's leave it there, bro. Salute to the subscribers, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We out of here, man.
Bro.
We out.
Hey, City.
Yeah. J-MEEKS. See my phone ringing? Hello. Yeah. How is you doing? Yeah, I know how. Cause I'd have been through it. Yeah. I'd have been doing some shit that I never could see, and some other shit, I'ma get to it, yeah. And if I'ma do it, then I'ma get fluid, yeah. I'm trying to be in another location so much that the languages, I'ma get fluid, yeah. Man, if it's dangerous, how could you do it? Man, someone never know, yeah, and someone never grow, yeah. But never be the nigga talking shit and the gun'll never blow, yeah. I've been through a whole